Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're working on wrapping up our Fruit of the Spirit series. I have only one more episode left after this one. So that's kind of exciting. I'm excited to just have these all done. I started this series last year at the end of the year and it's been kind of drawn out. I haven't done one of these in a while. So I'm happy to be working on wrapping this up for you all. I hope that the series has been helpful. Maybe some videos were more helpful than others. I hope that this one is one that a lot of you will find helpful and a good reminder. So today we are talking about charity. And another way to put this is we're talking about love. So I'm focusing more on the love definition than the charity definition, but they go hand in hand, they're one and the same. We as Catholics, as Christians, we are called to radical love because we're called to imitate Jesus. And so I think it's really fitting that this video is coming out right before Easter, right before Holy Week in 2019, because God shows us what radical love looks like when he stretched out his arms and died on the cross for us. So we are called to imitate him, which means stretching out our arms in love to those around us. So there are three aspects of love that we need to show to three groups of people, I guess, or three different categories of people, I guess. So the first, of course, is God. We are called to love God. The first commandment says, love the Lord your God. So, what does that mean? That means that we do all the other things that I'm about to say, but mainly it means we work on our relationship with him. We are constantly trying to better ourselves the way he calls us to be bettered, and be the people that he wants us to be. We're called to follow his son Jesus, who is also God. So the Trinity, right? God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, all of them as one person. That's three people, one being. I think that's how you say it. So we are called to follow what he wants us to do, which includes the Ten Commandments, what the church tells us to do, because the church is Jesus here on earth. He talks to us through the teaching of the church. So we're called to follow the church and to follow God in the Bible, which the church helps us do by interpreting it for us through how God wants it to be interpreted, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're called to love God. First and foremost, big tier up there, God, love him. Second, we are called to love those around us. We are called to love our neighbors. Love your neighbor as yourself. So, treat others the way you want to be treated. All those things, that's all part of this. So, how we do this is by serving others, by putting them above ourselves, because it should be God, others, ourselves. That is the ranking of who should be first. So we put the needs of others before our own. So that means helping those in need, assisting others, growing in community with others, being with one another, helping each other grow in holiness and love God. So pretty easy in theory. It can be really difficult to love our neighbor because that means loving everyone, not just the people that we like in the world. So that means that when the coworker or friend or ex-friend who's not your friend anymore, any of those people who have offended you or who you got on the wrong foot with, first of all, you are called to be generous to them, to love them, to show them mercy, forgive them. That's really hard. I know that. We're still called to do it. There's no way out, guys. Gotta love them. So, a great way to do this is by praying for them and asking God to give you opportunities to love them unconditionally. He will do this. You will not like it when he does this sometimes. It'll be very frustrating, like, oh, God, they're just so, oh. And he's gonna be like, you asked to have opportunities to love them. Here you go. Yeah, he likes to laugh at us when we ask for things, and then he gives them to us exactly what we need to, like, show them that we love them, but we're broken, and so we fall, and then we keep going back to God, loving him, and then through him we can love others. So pray for each other. Pray especially for the people that irk you, who frustrate you, who you don't get along with, who hurt you, all of it. Pray for them. And so finally we come to ourselves. So we are the last of 3 people. So we are supposed to love ourselves. And so that means accepting who we are, what we look like. Yes, we are striving for holiness. So that doesn't mean like, oh, you're fine, you little self-love, like, don't worry about it, it's fine. No, we're called to grow, but we're human and we make mistakes, and so we lean on God to help us through those mistakes, learn from them, and grow in them, and out of them, hopefully. So habitual sin, go to confession, go talk to your priest, like, Father, I have this thing, and it's not good for me, and I need help. And he is there to help you. That's God. And you ask help from those around you. So, loving yourself. So that means don't hurt yourself. Don't beat up on yourself too hard, but learn and grow. Recognize where you make mistakes, but grow from them and grow with them. So I have my catechism here, and so I'm turning to paragraph. 1 second. Almost there. Paragraph 2196, 2196. In response to the question about the first of the commandments, Jesus said, "The first is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these." The Apostle St. Paul reminds us of this, saying, "He who loves his neighbor has fulfilled the law. The commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not kill, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and any other commandment are summed up in this sentence, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no wrong to a neighbor, therefore love is the fulfilling of the law." So what this is saying is that if you love others unconditionally, you love God, you will grow in holiness, because it will lead you to the other parts of the 10 Commandments, because it's all wrapped up in you shall love your neighbor as yourself, and you shall love yourself too. So then I'm going to read paragraph Paragraph 2822. If I can find it. Oh, pass it up. 1 second. Okay. 2822. Our Father desires all men to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. He is forbearing toward you, not wishing that any should perish. His commandment is that you love one another, even as I have loved you, that you would also love one another. This commandment summarizes all the others and expresses his entire will. So not only will this lead us to the rest of the 10 Commandments, but this is all God wants. He just wants us to be in community with each other and be loving one another. So, go out, love God, love others, and love yourself in that order, and grow in holiness. I will see you in the next video. Please watch the rest of these. They're all good things that we should all be growing in and working on all the time. I wish you the best, and I'll see you next time. Bye!